So Capcom revealed the new Wilds expansion at the Summer Games Fest, being Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance, and honestly, it looks so fucking peak. All the new features, the new combat, the whole vibe, just all being in the sky, incredible. So very hyped for that. Also, there are a couple of specific features I want to touch on. Obviously, Gemma having shorter hair, tomboy lovers rejoice, but also mainly the combat, and I want to relate that to the video I made previously about wanting aerial style back in Wilds, and also one specific thing that I feel that this new era kind of brings back something that's been lost a bit in more modern Monster Hunter games, and I'll explain that actually right now. So the main thing I feel that this whole vibe of Ascendance and in the sky that's kind of bringing back is the idea of scale in Monster Hunter. And what I mean by scale, obviously there's the scale of the player versus all the monsters and stuff, but I feel like more the scale in the environment. Because if you go into the older Monster Hunter games, and I see this a lot in GU mainly, if you go out and just look not at the zones in the area you play in, but the areas beyond that, I feel like in the older Monster Hunter games, it just really represents this just stupidly vast expanse that I feel is less clearly represented in modern games. Don't get me wrong, these views in a sense are kind of still there, but I feel like they're not as, like, look at GU, but like look at this, you're literally on top, you're on the cusp of the atmosphere, you're literally near space. Like, I don't think you can get any bigger than that, and I don't think there has been anything as big as that in the modern games. However, this new expansion obviously has something that does seem like it could be on scale to that, with the whole being in the sky thing and being really able to see like everything below, like all maybe the different locations below. I don't know. That would be sick. But anyways, onto another one of my main points, which is obviously my previous video on aerial charge blade. And I still think this is possible to an extent with the new feature for the combat in Wilds, being the booster bracer. Obviously, I'm assuming that other weapons will have their trailers soon, but we were obviously shown the greatsword, the gunlance, and the light bowgun. And it looks like really interesting and kind of shows how Capcom's leaning into that faster play style with obviously the focus mode and stuff, which that'll be pretty interesting. Like, look at greatsword, bro. Like, greatsword's moving like crazy fast for what was obviously a slower weapon. So excited to see what other weapons could be. But the thing is that charge blade technically maybe could still have the aerial style potentially. Like, if imagine like the booster bracer, like maybe boosting them into the air or off the ground or something, still possible. So, you know, a lot of hope for there. Other than that, the final thing I mentioned in my previous video was wanting Valstrax to return. And honestly, the probability is so fucking high now. Like, it's like out of the roof. Because obviously, firstly, the environment, right? Valstrax was initially, his main location is the Ruined Pinnacle in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and that obviously is where the giant sky platform is. And this Ascendance is like so close. This new area is just so close to that. Like, it just fits all the theme, as well as the new flying monsters and stuff. And also another thing is that the game is now being directed, the DLC is being directed by someone who previously worked on Generations and then directed the design for Generations Ultimate. So there's a really high probability that Valstrax returns. So that's the main one that I'm happy is returning. So hype. Obviously then there's Lao Shanglong and some Elder Dragons that probably will be returning, which is cool. I've never played against Lao Shanglong, so I don't know anything about him. We'll see how it goes. Other than that, that's really it for now. There will be probably more stuff coming out. I might cover them, but I don't want to make any more kind of current Monster Hunter news at the moment. I'll probably wait till my maybe Outlanders releases for something like that. But at the moment, I'm currently playing through Monster Hunter World. I'll probably play through some of the older Monster Hunter games as well, potentially, now that their release date's in 2027. So definitely check those out. I'll be doing some YouTube live streams, so hop on by, say hi. And I guess, like, you know, comment what you guys are anticipating for the new DLC and stuff you're looking forward to, monsters you want, literally anything. But yeah, see you guys soon.